What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 157 of the Clever and Original Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Kayley Misialek. Alongside me, the man with a plan, Jayden Reinhart.
Yeah, this time my plan was to make the also famous anime character Space Dandy in Monster Hunter World. And I got the name. I didn't think I'd get the name.
Wait, no one had used the name
Space Dandy. Like capital S, capital D, space in between. Just Space Dandy.
How?
Yeah, I don't know. But it's mine now.
That's truly incredible.
Really
okay.
But I have no idea
It's
what
like when
that
I got
is.
fucking Egret from Game of Thrones. I got that as a World of Warcraft like human hunter.
What?
Female hunter.
No way.
Like, I just got it.
How did no one?
I just had. It was on one of the servers. Like it was probably just that server, or that no one had it. But it was like
Game of Thrones is so popular.
Yeah.
Though. I would imagine that'd be like one of the first sources of media someone would go to.
I think I still have that character too.
Yeah.
I think I just made it to have the name.
Just
in case. You know, for future times.
There you go.
You know, if there was a time in my life when I wanted
that.
When I wanted that. I could have it.
And this guy over here, Nirvana man himself.
I
Jayden
don't have
Larson.
the Nirvana shirt today.
No,
I have
you
a
don't.
rosette.
You have
That's
a
mana.
mana that's
It's
strong.
underneath. I was running before.
Does that mean you
this,
have a huge mana pool?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's so much.
Cast a lot of spells.
I do cast many spells.
Nice.
Most of them, I don't know. I don't know what kind of
You
spells.
don't know all the spells you're casting.
Cast them on Jay.
Fireball.
Magic missile.
You probably cast like enlarge on me.
Why?
I don't know, because it'd be funny to watch me not be able to fit through doorways.
I mean,
I-
okay.
Not because it'd like make me cool.
I suppose, yeah, that'd be pretty.
Or
No, I
reduce,
wouldn't
I
make you
guess.
cool.
That'd be fun to
that'd be
do.
pretty.
You make me tiny and then pick me up and like throw me out the window.
What, like in Ant-Man and the Wasp when he's
Yeah.
like quarter size or
Yeah,
third
he's like
size?
smaller than children.
he's like child size. You know, that would be pretty funny.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. So if you haven't listened to us before, we are the Clever and Original Podcast. We talk about comic book movie type stuff, video game type stuff, particularly in that order.
Quite true.
Yeah.
Accurate. An accurate depiction of events.
Yes. And we'll continue that picture of events. But this week, we have some news regarding Venom. Venom is Sony's first spin-off Spider-Man film coming out. And reports are now Sony higher-ups want the film to be rated PG-13.
All right.
They do not want any R or restricted rating. They want to avoid that. But according to Variety, it's becoming increasingly unlikely that it'll be Sony's first R-rated film, which is what everybody wants it to be.
Right.
You got Ruben Fleischer as directing like this, doing the horror stuff. Apparently, they think adding humor to the film will help supposedly bring that down to the PG-13. They want their spin-off films to be family friendly so that they can get basically everyone that would go after the other Marvel movies like the MCU movies, etc., and Spider-Man. So thoughts on Venom? Probably gonna be PG-13.
I mean, in the trailer, I believe Venom says, and I quote, "I'm going to eat your arms, and then I'm going to eat your legs, and then I'm going to eat your face, and then you're going to roll down the street as this armless, legless, faceless turd." And then he eats the guy. So
Probably all happens off screen.
Is
PG-13.
Is that what PG-13 means? Like bad shit happens, but
I mean,
you don't see
Yeah,
it.
pretty much.
Like
That
it
happens a
should
lot.
be rated R, right?
Let's see. Venom
Like,
is that
That's
kind
what I
of
would
character.
think, but
I do remember. I think it's the original Spider-Man for PlayStation 2. It was one of the Spider-Man video games. There was a kid mode. I think it changed some of the voice lines, so they were kid friendly.
yeah.
And like the mode was made easier.
Yeah.
And that's what this is gonna like feel like if this is the road they go
Well, it's
down.
like they could do the whole with the Wolverine back in, was that 2015? Yeah, I think it was
Was it
2015.
okay.
you know, the Wolverine where he goes to Japan and he's
Yeah,
fighting
yeah.
ninjas and everything.
Yeah,
And the Silver Samurai.
blows him up with the
Yeah, that
scar.
was PG-13, but then they released it on Blu-ray and had an R-rated version.
So they might
so
do
they
that.
could do
I
that.
can see that.
However, I think that's wrong.
Yeah.
Like Logan and Deadpool have shown that R-rated superhero films can work. Suicide Squad too. I mean, Suicide Squad was a bad movie, but like it made money enough to get like a sequel, or at least put one in development. Don't know if it's coming out or not. But like Venom is like this type of character that it's like it would be weird if they did it PG-13.
Yeah, I feel like most of their audience too is going to be probably
Adults.
older people. Yeah, like who have read the comics as kids.
I mean, who know like
Who
Venom
know-
is?
Right.
I mean, like Venom
Venom like
hasn't happened much in comic books in a while, from my
No.
understanding.
he's gotten his own series recently.
Okay, just
I'm reading
recently?
it actually
Okay.
currently.
I know Carnage had one a few years ago,
But like, I think everyone kind of knows what Venom is based on like cartoons.
yeah.
And like the fact that he like just obviously he looks like Spider-Man, right?
Mhm.
And so it's pretty easy to be like, oh, that's the villain Spider-Man because it's black and it's looks like Spider-Man. So I mean, there's that, but at the same time, it looks very like horror.
It looks like kind of horror-esque. So
And a PG-13 horror movie.
well, unless it's like a paranormal one where there isn't like blood and stuff, then it doesn't really matter.
I haven't seen any of the paranormal.
Well, like any like horror movie
Oh,
like that, you know, any of where it's not like bloody or there's no one. I mean, it's all just kind of suspense, you know. But there's fucking eating people. I mean,
Yeah.
probably should be like look like he's eating people.
I mean,
right?
I guess if he like unhinged his jaw like a snake and like swallowed them whole, that would be less violent.
I don't know, but it's like you said, he's eating people.
Yeah, he's eating.
Or they are eating people.
Yeah,
Sorry.
they are. Okay. Yes.
And like that's just like you said, I guess unless they do it like off screen, I don't know how you can make that PG-13.
Even like just like
Which would suck.
even like
because,
swallowing
that's the
people
whole point.
whole. Yeah, even swallowing people whole would be unsettling to say the least if that was on screen. Cause
Yeah,
he's like,
it would be pretty unsettling.
Yeah.
But that'd be weirder than him like just
like,
eating
them in
pieces.
pieces.
Yeah. Just like expand. Just you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fucked.
Just like yeah.
That'd be super fucked.
Yeah. But so there's that. In addition to that, we got some more news about the film. The villain in the trailer is not actually Carnage. According to
What's that all about?
Let's see. It is actually Riot, one of many symbiotes from the Marvel Universe. It comes basically from the same stuff that Venom does. If like in the comics, you know, they create all these symbiote like children, I guess that you could love. Like Venom, and Riot's one of those. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be Riot and not like Carnage. So thoughts on that? This character who's probably a lot lesser known than Carnage, even though Carnage isn't really that well known.
I feel like that's a pretty fair move to like take a well-known character and a less well-known character and just kind of prop them up, get people to know about them.
Yeah,
it seems like a
I'm
solid
fine
move.
with that.
Yeah, and I don't, Carnage was like a pinky red kind of.
He was like a red white, sort of
something like that.
Character.
I faintly remember him.
But yeah, I mean, interesting that way they would go that route, I guess.
Yeah, you'd think they'd want someone more popular, but I guess it makes sense, you know.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Hopefully it's good though. Hopefully it's rated R.
Right.
but it doesn't look like it. But yeah, the film comes out in October,
Okay.
I think, right? Yeah, the thing is like October 5th, if I remember correctly. But yeah, so that's some Venom news for you.
Cool.
Yeah, it comes out in October 5th. So yeah, moving on. Marvel is reportedly trying to get James Gunn back to direct, or at least they're talking to Disney. They're, I guess, conversating with Disney to get James Gunn back. So yeah, reportedly, according to Deadline, Marvel is trying to persuade Disney to rehire James Gunn for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Obviously, with all the stuff that's been happening recently, a few weeks ago, Gunn's comments from his past, some poorly made jokes, have been brought up, and Disney fired him for those jokes. And now recently, last week, we talked about the Guardians of the Galaxy cast making a statement saying they support James Gunn, etc. And what was interesting, at least I noticed, I'm not sure if I think you guys probably noticed too, was that it always said Disney fired James Gunn and not Marvel.
Yeah, not Marvel.
And so it's interesting now that is coming out that Marvel is trying to get Disney to rehire him. That Marvel doesn't necessarily, I guess, have the autonomy that people may have thought when it comes to these sort of decisions. But Marvel's the ones that make the movies and make the decisions in regards to what happens in the movie for the most part. So thoughts on this, Marvel being the ones that are trying to get James Gunn back?
I mean, I'm not too surprised by that. I would guess most of the people who worked closely with him probably didn't want him to get fired.
Right.
Not only just the actors, but probably just the people around at Marvel, Yeah. They probably didn't think that he should have gotten fired. I would guessing it came from Disney, like high up in Disney, as opposed to
like Bob Iger or something. I think Alan Horn, like the second in command, said something about it.
Yeah.
When he was fired.
Yeah.
That would make sense, yeah. Because Disney's just trying to save face, because Disney's a very kid-oriented company.
Yeah.
But Marvel, obviously, they're not interested in his past. They're just interested in what he can do with Guardians of the Galaxy. So,
yeah,
definitely a conflict of interest.
Yeah, so you got Marvel's more, they knew about it, right? But back before they hired him and everything, and assuming they're the ones that are working with him, and Disney's more like we're trying to save face because they're a very image conscious company, more so than pretty much any other company out there. And so getting rid of Gunn is the easy sort of safe play.
It's the easiest thing to do. Yeah.
Now we'll keep you up to date on this stuff.
I mean, we'll see what happens, I suppose.
So, and there's no timeline for this because there's no timeline for Guardians 3, but I would expect something by the end of the year, probably before December, that we'll find out whether or not they find a replacement for Gunn or if they rehire Gunn for Guardians 3. All right, so moving on. It has been announced that Power Rangers, the 2017 film, the sort of re-envisioned version of the Power Rangers, the film that came out, is getting a sequel, reportedly from Hasbro, the company that owns it.
All right.
In a recent report from licensing.org, Hasbro CEO Brian Goldner had mentioned, told analysts that the plans they have for the Power Rangers franchise, basically that they want to continue to build on that, basically produce more entertainment content and get more out of that. So that includes a Power Rangers sequel.
Okay. I mean, I didn't see it, but I did not hear the best things.
I think there was like a cliffhanger at the end, right? Of the Green Power Ranger or something.
Yeah. I mean, Jay and I saw it. We saw it together, right? I
think so. I think we went at the same time.
It was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it wasn't like the best movie ever, but like it was solid and like it deserved a sequel.
Bad.
I was like,
all right.
Well, like the characters were actually good in the film. Like they actually were characters and not just like, you know,
not just shitty like fuckers,
shells of a stunt men.
Yeah.
And I think it deserves a sequel. I'm happy it's getting a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there were some bad things, like the villain was pretty bad, but
the villain's always been pretty bad in like every Power Ranger ever.
Yeah, but like I think it's deserving of this, and hopefully there's stuff to build on there, and hopefully they come out better the next time around.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think of this?
I mean, if it was not that bad, why not? Plenty of terrible movies have sequels, so. Why not have something that was good have a sequel?
Yeah.
Thinking about it, I think maybe one of the main reasons people didn't like it is because it was kind of cringy. That's probably because it takes place when they're all in high school.
Oh.
So a lot like, remember when we showed Homecoming to my roommate?
Yeah.
And you just kept like standing up and walking away because of all the cringy high schooler moments or whatever.
Yeah.
That are supposed to be like funny.
I can't believe that.
I feel like that's probably similar to why people didn't like Power Rangers. Like, cringy high schoolers. Like, I mean, that's what it was though.
Well, it was like we were watching it with him, and it was like he couldn't like stay in the room and watch it. And we just like stop the film. Like, are you okay?
Like walks out of the room. It's like, I mean, it's just a movie.
Like I get there's cringe, but it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably similar reasons why people didn't like the first one, or I guess it's the only one right now. Just because of cringy high schooler stuff.
Also, it's like a PG-13 Power Rangers, right? Mm-hmm. Versus like, you know, Power Rangers is like this G-rated kids show.
So it's a little bit more
very
edgy.
Campy, you know. But yeah, I think it did well. I kind of liked it. I'm glad it's getting a sequel.
Yeah, same.
And I think the actors, especially like the actors in the Power Rangers film, are really good, and that they, you know, serve to continue on and like kind of. I don't think like many of them have gotten like big things after this so far, but I think they deserve it. I think they're pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, Power Rangers getting the sequel. In early development, I think it said 2019 was the project, like when they want it released.
All right. Okay.
So next year, some point.
Cool.
Moving on, Chris Pratt's Cowboy Ninja Viking, which is a Universal film based on the comic book of the same name, has been delayed. Collider has reported that the studio pulled the project from its release schedule and will no longer hit theaters on June 28th, 2019. Recently, there has been some news pertaining to it, though. Priyanka Chopra has been cast as like the lead actress in the film. And director Michelle McLaren and Chris Pratt are still attached to the movie, which is an adaptation of the Image comic graphic novel by A.J. Lieberman and illustrator Riley Rosmo. So yeah, we've talked about this before, but it's been a while. So it's based on an assassin named Duncan, who would be played by Chris Pratt, who basically has is like a cowboy, a ninja, and a Viking, like multiple personality thing. So yeah.
All right.
Thoughts on this? It's getting delayed.
I mean, yeah. I don't really have many opinions on it. I guess if they need more time, they need more time.
Yeah.
I do like the multiple personality like theme, I guess, that you get from stories. I have been wanting to watch whatever that horror movie is. Where is that guy? Split. Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
I think so.
With James McAvoy is that what it is?
It's where two girls get abducted by this
right,
guy.
But
It's by
Shyamalan.
It's M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, I think it's James McAvoy.
James McAvoy. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's the guy who plays Professor X.
Yeah. I haven't seen that, but I would like to see it. I do like that like idea of like some sort of like mental disorder being like the main focus of a character.
Mm-hmm.
Makes for interesting plot.
Yeah. Also, speaking of which, there's a sequel to that movie coming out.
Okay.
It's in the same universe as Unbreakable, which is even weirder.
What? That is really weird.
It's called Glass. There was a trailer shown at Comic-Con recently.
Fascinating.
They got Bruce Willis, Sam Jackson, and then James McAvoy.
All right.
And so I got
that's just how it's gonna be, I suppose.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
It's like this greater universe thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. But yeah, so Cowboy Ninja Viking, another comic. Everyone's going off comic stuff now.
Of course.
These days.
That's just the thing to do now.
Yeah.
It's the cool thing to do now.
So there will be a lot of those coming out, it seems.
Yeah.
Speaking, it's not really a comic, but it's TV show based off another IP. Halo Showtime's Halo TV series will be it's going to be an original story, reportedly, and also we are now learning that Master Chief will be the lead character in this new Halo TV series, as told by president of programming for Showtime, Gary Levine. He did say that he won't be the only protagonist in the series.
Okay, I mean, they gotta be careful since it is like Master Chief, like how they do that, but that's fine. I was kind of hoping for it to not be Master Chief.
Yeah,
I think we had recently talked about this, about not doing Spartans for...
or if they did, not Master Chief, because, like, it's a lot harder to, like, write for a character that already has so much screen time.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean...
And he doesn't say much.
He doesn't say anything.
But that's a problem.
That's, like, the point, right? Like, Master Chief is, like, this sort of, what they used to call, like, the...
silent protagonist.
Yeah, the silent protagonist. Basically the person that's, like, an empty vessel that the player projects themselves into.
Yeah. Which I don't like at all, by the way. I do not think that's good writing.
No,
but
yeah.
that's a whole other topic entirely. But especially for RPGs. But yeah, I don't know.
It is also kind of I've been reading some Warhammer 40k books. Horus Rising is what I'm on right now.
Yeah.
And something that book does while you're reading it is it focuses somewhat on the Astartes, like right at the beginning too. This is sort of like a super soldier.
Yeah.
But then it'll flip between them and like just normal like
people.
Yeah. And they're like comparing themselves to them and they're like scared, and it's better being told from them, and they're way more interesting than the Astartes, honestly.
Yeah.
The Astartes are like weapons.
Yeah.
Basically, almost like near emotionless weapons.
Yeah.
And so it's way more interesting when it's like
a person.
A person you can relate to a human. You can't relate to someone with more than one heart in their body.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the problem too with having Master Chief as like a protagonist. It's like I can't relate to that.
Yeah.
It's like this infinite badass that's not even really human.
Yeah.
How do
Yeah, I think
I
like
can't relate.
Marines and ODSTs. That should
Right,
have
That's
like-
more relatable.
That should have
I
been. what it
can't
focused on.
relate
So
to
much
this.
easier to write for that.
Yeah.
I can't relate to this character who was abducted as a child and put through this like steroid training thing.
Yeah, I mean, so they're not like they don't have
That don't have
anywhere near
emotions.
the same experience as like a normal person,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot harder to like, unless they like really play up like that aspect, or if
Well,
they
like,
act like people. But
you know,
all
like-
the Spartans that aren't Spartan 4s that we've seen don't act
The
like
the
people.
only
Spartan 4s.
well Spartan 3s did.
Kinda.
They were more so than like Spartan
Sort
2s.
of, but they were like all kinds of fucked up.
It actually is.
Sure, but you know they
Like
weren't.
Spartan 4s.
I don't think they
just
weren't
Marines
abducted,
in
right?
Spartan armor, basically.
I mean,
They're just
yeah.
like tougher Marines, you know. but,
Basically.
you know
The more I think about it, that actually is a theme of Horse Rising too.
what?
It follows a particular Astartes super soldier named Loken.
Oh yeah. That,
Yeah, and he has like a hint of like questioning,
yeah.
basically, of like, why did we kill this planet? Like these
Yeah.
people, like why don't we just leave them alone? And that's what like separates him and makes him an interesting character. So they could do that with Master Chief, I suppose.
Yeah, they could have him be a little more.
Pair him up with a bunch of like even more emotionless people.
Yeah.
In comparison.
Well, Well, I think
very
like, the
emotive.
thing is like you'd see like you know they had like Forward Unto Dawn
Yeah,
Or,
I
like,
liked that a lot actually.
where it's like
I
they
enjoyed
have
Forward
like
Unto
these bunch of characters and then like Master Chief was there but like he was a side character and more like this thing that they looked up to sort of thing,
Mhm.
like this image more than like an actual character in the film or the TV show, miniseries, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's kind of the thing too, because Master Chief is like a iconic protagonist for anyone who's played the games. So
Right.
just to kind of bring him in to be like, check him out, and then like put him aside would be totally fine. People already know who Master Chief is. They know what he's done. They've done it.
I mean, do they though? Right?
I mean, I guess not
Like-
as history as much, maybe.
Or it depends.
Like I
when
guess
they
it
said
depends on like who's watching this, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's-
Like if you've played video games, you probably know who Master Chief is. You almost definitely know who he
kill
is.
a lot of aliens.
But like if someone like it's gonna be on Showtime, right? Like people who watch
Oh, that's
Showtime.
fair. Yeah.
If there's people who like never have seen or played a video game, I mean obviously people have seen video games. So I should
Right.
say people who don't really play video games and they see this this sci-fi TV
Mhm.
show coming up. I guess that could be something.
Mhm.
But I still think
Yeah.
it's still better to do like this.
Yeah, I would. It would be better if it was not him.
Yeah.
I did like the story in ODST more than
Yeah,
most
I,
of the
ODST
other ones.
I would really
ODST
love an
was-
ODST
yeah,
TV show.
yeah,
like,
honestly.
ODST was great. That was like one of my favorite.
Yeah.
I was outside of Halo 1, 2, and 3. Like that's like by far my favorite.
it's really
Miles,
good.
Miles.
When you
ahead.
think about it, though, the first three didn't really have a story.
I mean,
They
they
did.
It
but
was
Well,
kill
like
the
the
aliens.
first
right?
one.
the first one less so.
The first one probably had the least amount of story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first one
Um,
really only got plot things. Only started happening like really to like the second half of the game.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, like-
when you started backtrack, when the flood shit
Yeah,
happened,
yeah.
that's when like things at the game actually started.
Right.
Before that, it was just
Well,
you're
like,
going around finding people, killing.
Like the
flood.
first
Yeah.
part of it was like the sort of like adventure thing. Like you land on this like ring world and like it's
Yeah.
just sort of absurd, like and kind of like wondrous almost like
Mhm.
Yeah.
thing. And then then you learn about. Well, I guess you already learn about the Covenant, but and then like JJ said, when you reach the flood,
Yeah,
first, then that's when
shit
story-
actually starts to happen. In that game.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But-
But Halo 2 really like actually put a plot to it.
Yeah, because you had like you had all the Covenant characters, and then Master Chief said more, and there were like more people saying things.
Yeah. And they made like the villain the good guy
Yeah.
somewhat.
The Arbiter, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
and Halo 3.
ODST though, really good. I hope they make another something like that. I after whatever Halo Infinite is, I hope they make. I don't know. They do something else. It's kind of an aside, I suppose, but
Yeah. I don't know.
hope they give us something else. that isn't just more Master Chief all the time. It's
Yeah,
like Star
I was
Wars,
like,
you know. It's like I just yeah.
you know, after Halo, like, so before Halo 4, I was kind of hoping like it was more gonna go like the Halo Reach sort of route, where they're just these bunch of Spartan characters, right? Like Spartan 3s. Well, I guess Spartan 3s are all killed, but I was hoping
There's a few of
Spartan
them left.
4s were like.
June's still alive, for
Right.
example, but
I like hoping that Spartan 4s were kind of like Spartan 3s and that like, but no, they just became like Marines and like.
well, yeah, Spartan 4s were just Marines before most
Yeah.
of them.
Well, and then
Or
they really
ODSTs.
went into the whole, the Forerunners are still alive sort of thing.
I didn't like. I've never really been on that. Like that was like my least favorite part of Halo 4, and they kept going with Halo 5, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh god.
But
Please,
we're-
God, no. Like, why?
But yeah, the Halo TV show, Master Chief.
Yep.
You know, it falls into this. Halo's like falling into the same trap that I complain about Star Wars with. Is that it's the same fucking things every
It's
time.
the same everything. Everything's the same.
Like we talk about like ODST, right, and
Yeah.
Reach. Like those are different things in the universe, right? Versus like, oh, it's Master Chief again. And you know, we said this many times with Star Wars. You know, it's the same time frame. It's the same.
It's the same
people.
like 40 years. It's
Yeah.
the same like
Yeah.
30, 40 years. The same people. You know, it's like, come on.
It's just not interesting after a while.
Yeah, it's just
Mhm.
like,
Like I know their entire life story now. Cool.
it's like, can we do something
Can
else?
we
Yeah.
find a
Please,
new
God.
character?
So I'm hoping it adds something new besides just more Master Chief.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, I kind of hope it's set in the past versus like
Present.
the
Present
Halo,
Halo?
5.
Oh God,
4
yeah! Please,
timeline.
not the Halo 5 area. Like, just don't touch that. Go
Yeah.
away as far away as you can from anything happening there. Oh my.
But yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll see more Master Chief. This is supposed to come out in 2020. It looks like.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, there we go. And our final bit of movie news today. Ben Schwartz, who is voices Dewey Duck in Disney Channel's The DuckTales series, is going to be playing Sonic in the Sonic the Hedgehog live-action movie adaptation, with Jim Carrey playing Dr. Robotnik, and also starring James Marsden.
Wow. That's DuckTales, huh?
So,
It's been a while.
thoughts
I don't know
on
what
this?
All right.
Ben Schwartz joining Sonic as Sonic.
that is. You've heard DuckTales, right?
Yep.
You've heard of DuckTales? Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he's obviously older.
No, this is like the new one.
Hmm?
Like there's a new DuckTales right now
Really?
on Disney Channel, and this is like this guy.
Oh, okay. Well, I've never seen that one. I've only seen the older one when I was a
If I can
kid.
find it, I think he's in something, some other things too. Let's see. He played Gene Ralphio in Parks and Recreation.
Okay.
I'd have to find that again, but I mean, to be honest, Sonic isn't the hardest voice to do. You just gotta sound really like broy
Is it though?
and talk about chili dogs.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't just go with like Roger Craig Smith, who voices Sonic and everything else,
Yeah, I mean
like
that would
the
have been
video
like the easy
games
move, right?
and like the TV show.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But
All right. The fact that this movie's real is just,
It's
it's always
weird.
astounding to me.
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be a hybrid live-action CG film.
Okay.
It's scheduled for release on November 15th, 2019.
All right.
You know how
Well,
the Doom
I'm
movie has like a section where it's like FPS?
Yeah, yeah.
I hope they do that with this.
but
It turned into a
It
2D
turns into a
side
2D
scroll.
side scroller, and you just watch them like jump around loops and stuff, and then it goes back
Yeah.
to the movie.
All right.
There better be loops in this movie.
There's not a loop.
There
What
probably
the
will
fuck?
be loops.
But yeah, they're getting like some big people. Like, I mean, I guess not big, but like Jim Carrey as Dr. Eggman.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But
Well,
yeah.
that's happening.
So yeah, that does it for the movie type stuff this week. Let's get on to some video game type stuff. Only one thing this week. Red Dead Redemption 2
Duo.
released a trailer showcasing gameplay, etc. Thoughts on this? An open living world is what they say.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks like
Open world?
Looks
I've
like,
never heard of a game doing that.
looks like
What?
GTA 5 with better graphics,
Thing.
but it's Red Dead.
Even
So
the
I'm-
mini-map looked the same
I think
as
this
GTA 5.
one GTA 5 came out in 2013, right?
Yeah,
And this is
yeah.
their first game since then.
This is their first game since then. It's their first game that's only been released on Xbox One and PS4.
I mean, my guess
So-
is they're probably going to try a similar equation when making Red Dead Redemption. By releasing it, there'll be some kind of like multiplayer that you see in GTA 5 with Red Dead. And then they'll start slowly adding like mini games
Yeah.
that you can play that'll like extend the game's life.
Yeah, that's what they did with GTA. Like that's why like GTA like I think even recently, like within the last year, was like top 20 games sold in like a month
Yeah.
regularly.
It's nuts.
I really don't understand how that happens.
Because people just keep buying GTA. you know?
I mean, it's kind of the
Yeah.
perfect game to just do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah,
And
it's
now you
just a
can do
fuck
whatever the
around.
fuck you want, plus you're a cowboy.
Yeah,
So,
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna play
just
poker.
a step up.
So
Yeah.
just gonna hang out and play
Yeah.
poker.
I'm going to talk in an accent.
Like
That's
on
cool.
the mic.
On
You're
the
gonna
mic.
be like,
yeah. Howdy, yeehaw. and stuff
Yeehaw,
like
I'm
that.
a
I don't
North
think it
Dakota
counts.
cowboy.
is it releasing?
I
on-
actually wrangle cows.
I'm curious if it's releasing on PC at the same time this time, or if it's
I don't know. I know, what is it? Why can't I think of their name? Is it Rock?
Yeah, Rockstar.
Yeah, Rockstar. Okay.
Mhm.
They usually just do console first and then like they do PC usually, right?
I mean, that's what they did with GTA 5. They're not really like a PC-based company, really.
No.
They've just
No,
been
it's not until at sometime in 2019.
Jesus.
Apparently. That's when it's coming to PC.
So my choices are either to get it on console and then later get it on PC, or just have it on console, or wait till the PC version and listen to everyone talk about how great it is
Yeah.
all the time while I don't have it because I'm waiting for
On
the PC
Discord,
version.
everyone are like, Jay, you
Jay, have you been
Jay,
playing
playing Red Dead
Dead?
Redemption? It's like, no, I don't know. I'm waiting for PC. It's like, oh man, it's so good. I flew a horse into the sun. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, cool, I guess. Whatever
Wow.
happens in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Red Dead Redemption 2, fly your horse into the sun.
Sounds right. That sounds like what cowboys did, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
seems like a thing that happens.
Yeah, I'm semi excited.
I mean, I'm excited for it.
I'm a little tired of overworld or open world games. It just kind of happens all the time now, so I'm probably gonna wait to see if it has a good story. And people say, "Oh man, the story's great," then I'll probably get it.
Yeah. I'll probably get it. Just I really liked the first one. So.
Yeah.
Mm.
For sure.
All right. So yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out. When is it? Fall?
Fall October, I
yeah,
believe.
I think so.
October 26th. I
Sure.
think.
Yeah.
That sounds right. Let's go with that.
I think it was supposed to come out this spring, but then got delayed to the fall. All right. So yeah, that does it for the video game news this week. So let's get on to some juice. You know, there are some studios that develop games
Mm-hmm.
that we really like. So we figured, what are our favorite development studios for the gaming world?
I would have to go with Naughty Dog. I think.
Interesting.
Because
I didn't expect that one.
Well, because I grew up with Crash Bandicoot.
Okay.
And that kind of like I play all kinds of games, obviously, and I would say as a gamer, my skill set is various, but I'm mainly
low. You suck.
but I'm mainly good. Mainly
not as bad as your old roommate.
Right.
He's fucking trash.
Yeah.
At everything.
At everything.
He's just
He's good at JRPGs.
Oh, great! The game with
he
menus.
Kicks ass at min-maxing.
Yeah, menus where you press buttons.
Yep. I mean, sure.
where there's very little in the area of like actually doing anything.
These are all fair arguments.
Yes.
No, but I'm mainly better at like platformers. I find like whenever I pick up a game, like platformers are a game that I do best at, and it's probably because I grew up on Crash Bandicoot and. Jack and Dexter, obviously really good, and The Last of Us isn't bad either. So, I'd say Naughty Dog.
It's really, when I was thinking about this, I'm like, okay, what studios, like, what games do I really like? And then do any of these studios make any games that, like, are in a different series that I also like? I'm thinking, like, there aren't many studios that make multiple series or multiple different like IPs that I like.
Not really.
Like, I like Pokemon, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Game Freak doesn't really make anything other than Pokemon that I like. I liked Bungie when they made Halo. Not really big on Destiny, you know.
Same.
I like Square Enix for like Kingdom Hearts, but that's it.
Like Final Fantasy,
I like DICE for Battlefield. Like it's like there's nothing where I'm like, okay, I liked, like both like multiple different IPs that this group has done. So that becomes like difficult for me to come up with like a specific studio. That's more like I just gotta come up with my favorite, like who has made the most games that I like almost, or who's my favorite games. And so I think that means Bungie is it, because I really like the Halo series, and I kind of like Destiny. I like the gameplay of Destiny, not really I never really got into it, but I had fun with the gameplay. It wasn't. I don't think that was not the reason why I stopped playing. But yeah, I'd have to say Bungie probably is my favorite development studio.
Solid,
but that could change. So.
I would like to slightly change my answer and say it's a tie between Naughty Dog and Insomniac.
Insomniac does do some good shit.
I also grew up with Spyro, which is also a platformer, and they have Ratchet and Clank.
There's
just as good as
the
Jack and
remaster for Spyro 1, 2, and 3 is coming out pretty soon.
I know.
It's like $40 or something.
Something like that. I'm almost certainly getting. I got the Crash Bandicoot one already.
Yeah,
I've been playing that and getting my ass kicked.
Yeah, that game's really fucking hard. Yeah.
But yeah, no. Tie between Naughty Dog and Insomniac.
And Hell Laboratory. They make Kirby and Smash Bros.
Oh shit!
That's solid.
Okay, nice.
That's good.
I'd have to say BioWare. Just even though the last like few games they've made, I've been a little like lukewarm on. I would have to say like KOTOR, Mass Effect trilogy, stuff like that. Been some of my favorite games. So I have to say them. It was difficult either between them or Bungie, actually, because I would agree Halo is one of my favorite franchises as well. Or Blizzard, actually. Like, with those three are probably my, not Activision, just Blizzard, even though they're the same company. Kind of. They're
right, but they have different
studio
things. So.
But yeah, like one of those three. Probably I'd have to go with BioWare though, even though I've spent so much time on Bungie games. I've spent so much time on Blizzard games, and I don't think there's a game I've played from Blizzard that I don't like. So there is that, but would have to give it to BioWare in the end. Hopefully Anthem's good. I don't know though. We'll see.
Right.
I'll play it, I guess.
They put a lot of resources into it.
Oh, that's for sure. It better be fucking good. It better be good for what I had to experience. It better.
Yeah. So that does it for us on this episode of the Clever and Original Podcast. Jay, if people want to find you on the social media sphere, Where can they do that?
Come over and platform with me on Twitter at Jayden Reinhart.
Whoop! And JJ, where can people find you?
Find me, J Larson 107.
And you can find me at Kayley Misialek on Twitter. You can find us all at clever_original on Twitter. And as you are right now, listen to us each and every week on SoundCloud, iTunes, and other podcast services. And we'll catch you next week, guys, in episode 158.